So yeah, this is my Les Paul Standard. I had to look at the headstock for a second. But this is my Les Paul Standard. It's from 2013. I just recently got this. And this is my first Les Paul that I've ever owned. And man, have I been missing out. All right, so as you can hear, this thing sounds great. So right off the bat, yeah, it's from 2013. We got some locking tuners on it. The pickups were swapped. I believe the person I got this from said that these were Tim Shaw pickups. I can't remember if he said it was from the 70s or the 80s, but one of those. And they sound amazing. I traded a Strat for this guitar. If you see my channel or just know anything about me, I'm pretty much a Strat player through and through. So never owned a Les Paul and just decided, out of curiosity, let me just try something different, because I bought so many different types of variations of Strats before that, I was like, let me look for something different. Let me get a Les Paul. The closest I've ever come to a single cut style guitar has been, you see some of my previous videos, specifically with the PRS single cut. With the Kemper video, I had a PRS single cut guitar, and that's been my experience with humbuckers and single cuts. I also have a Epiphone not thin line. I have an Epiphone semi-hollow body Les Paul too that I'm going to compare in a minute. But my experience with humbuckers have been that they are too powerful. Well, not too powerful. That's the wrong word to use. But they are often powerful and muddy sounding, and that's been my deterrent for using them. It's been because coming from a Strat cuts through the mix, especially when you're playing a lot of rhythm style playing on the neck pickup specifically. It can cut through the mixes while still sounding a little bit heavier than having to go to a bridge pickup sound. But to my ignorance though, one thing I knew about Strats was that not all pickups are created equally. And but I didn't think that it could be possible with humbuckers. And man, what the difference pickups make. It's funny to say that, but it's true. I mean, pickups do make a difference. Now, why am I saying that, and what's the difference? Is that what I've come to realize is that a good sounding Les Paul is just a beefier Strat sound. Like, that's how I could describe why I like this guitar, is that it just sounds like a Strat, but just taken to the next level, right? So again, my experience with humbuckers have been like, okay, you get the sustain, you get more power, but I always have lost clarity in the tone. So say I play this E chord right here. Usually it always sounded very muddy, and you lose that high end. So the sustain that I got was just not in a way that made it pleasing to even hold on to the note. I mean, yeah, you're holding on to the note, but it's not a good sounding note, right? Now it's like if I play, one of those top, you hear that top E string ringing through. that's something I always look for. Is like, is there clarity in that tone? Can I hear like all the strings when I'm playing just a chord, right? And specifically speaking, like an open chord, it tends to sound better to hear, you know, each string. Right. So that's one thing that I kind of drew me to this guitar. And then again, like you add some overdrive to the tone, and you hear that strat quality. And I don't want to say that, you know, that this is just a strat, but I'm just saying, coming from the strat, you can hear the same qualities, just with a more sustained, more a beefier tone again, and you know, you get more gain out of it too, because you know, more power in the pickup, right? And that's specifically from the neck pickup we're talking about, right? You go to the bridge pickup, and you're basically getting like a beefed up telly sound. It's just, it's bright, but it's not bright in the way that, and this is also an indication of a good strat sound as well. You know, they're not doing the extremes. They're like kind of, they have that quality, but it's not like overbearing. Like this is a bright pickup. I'll go back to the clean sound. This is a bright pickup, but it doesn't feel like it's bright in a way that it's gonna, you know, knock my head off, right? Right? Yeah, you add some light overdrive to that. Right? Yeah, it sits right in the mix, and I don't feel like the pickup combinations are not too far away from, you know, their from each other. Like this, the neck pickup. Sonically, I don't feel like there's a lot of difference. It's like more, I mean, there is a difference, but it's like more so like the qualities have shifted. Not that like, oh, here I'm more bright and here I'm more bassy sounding. So good. Also, there's no coil tapping in here, which I love too. My experience with coil tapping has just been, you know, pretty much useless kind of sounds, because they don't sound like single coil sounds, and then I don't find that they're any more useful pretty much than, you know, just a normal 3-way switch. So they took that out of there. That's great. And yeah, I'll show you my Epiphone. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So real quick. All right, so here's my Epiphone Florentine, right? So again, it's a semi-hollow body, semi-hollow body guitar, but it's just got so much low end. Like the E doesn't ring out the same way, again, on that Les Paul. It doesn't do the thing. Clarity is just not the same in the tone. Maybe I'll try to put those back to back so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about if it comes through on the video. So, yeah, great things about this. Also, what I wasn't, I didn't know is how that neck angle would be. Like on this one, it's going back a little bit, but not so much. So this can still fit in my gig bag. This one, it can't fit in my gig bag now because that neck angle or headstock angle is almost like 45 degrees or something, right? Can't fit it in my gig bag, so I have to use a case when it comes to this one. Also, weight is a factor in this, but it sounds so good that I'm willing to put up with it. And I think that's the other thing that, that's always deterred me from Les Paul. Like, why would anybody play a Les Paul, put up with Les Paul weight? When you get one that sounds really good, you see why they do, right? So yeah, it's pretty heavy, but I'm okay with that. And yeah, and it's easy to play too. Like, man, this thing is probably one of the best playing guitars that I own now. Outside of my Strat, trying to think. Yeah, it's probably one of the best playing guitars. And I just mean that from the standpoint of the strings feel like they're pulled in a correct way. It's not like slinky. It's not too slinky and it's not too tight. It's just like right in the middle while still having low action. It's something that's really hard to kind of get right. It's like, both having low action while still having the right pull of the string. Sometimes I have guitars where the action's not right, but the string feels a little loose. And then sometimes you have the action's not right, but the string feels a little hard to play on. So, but this one's like right in the middle. I got 10s on here too, so a little more slinky feel. But yeah, that's this Les Paul here. It's pretty much gonna be a keeper. I thought about just, I would just hold on for a minute, maybe just try Les Paul, but no, I'm probably gonna keep this guitar. So that's it, guys. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video.